Hello, this is the Lutheran Community Services Northwest Citizenship class. My name is Alisa, and today we will review Week 4's lesson, U.S. History from the 1800s. This covers the questions from the new 128 questions. In the 1800s, the United States was getting stronger and bigger. In 1803, the U.S. bought a large piece of land, or territory, from France. We call this the Louisiana Territory. And so, the U.S. was even bigger now. Number 90. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Either the Louisiana Territory, or you can just say Louisiana. You choose one. So even though the US was growing bigger and stronger, there were many problems too. Before the 1800s, people from Africa were taken from their homes and sold as slaves in the United States. In the 1800s, there were many slaves in the United States. Number 75. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? And you choose one of these answers. You can either say Africans or people from Africa. In the 1800s, some people thought slavery was okay. A lot of the South wanted slavery. You can see the South of the United States right here. Part of the reason is because in the South, they had lots of land and they had lots of farms, and they needed a lot of workers. If they used slaves, they didn't need to pay them, so the farm owners made more money. But other people didn't agree, and they didn't think slavery was good. A lot of people in the North, right here, they wanted to get rid of slavery. The North and the South could not agree about slavery, so a war started. This was the U.S. Civil War between the North and the South. Number 92. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. During the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln was President of the United States. Lincoln wanted to get rid of slavery. He did not want the U.S. to have slaves anymore. So before the Civil War ended, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. Let's practice the pronunciation of this real quick. Emancipation Proclamation. The Emancipation Proclamation freed the slaves. Number 93. The Civil War had many important events. Name one. Now there are many answers to this, but you only need to remember one. I highlighted Emancipation Proclamation because there are many questions about it, and you have to remember this anyway for other questions. but you can say any of these if you want. So the other answers are Lincoln was assassinated, Sherman's March, Battle of Vicksburg, or you can just say Vicksburg, Gettysburg, and Fort Sumter. Number 95. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? It freed the slaves. Again, you only have to choose one, so I highlighted the easiest one. You can say these if you want. Freed slaves in the Confederacy, freed slaves in the Confederate States, freed slaves in most southern states. But I think the easiest to remember is this one, freed the slaves. Number 94. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name one. Freed the slaves. And we just saw that answer in the other one about what did the Emancipation Proclamation do? So both questions, what did the Emancipation Proclamation do? And what is Abraham Lincoln famous for? You can remember the same answer, freed the slaves. And you only have to choose one, so you can remember any of these, but freed the slaves is the easiest to remember. The other answers are saved the Union, led the United States during the Civil War, 16th President of the United States, and delivered the Gettysburg Address. But freed the slaves is the easiest. I would remember that. Number 96. What U.S. war ended slavery? The Civil War. There were other wars the United States fought during the 1800s. In addition to the Civil War, there was the War of 1812 between the United States and the United Kingdom, the Mexican-American War between Mexico and the United States, and the Spanish-American War, which was about Cuba's independence. Number 91. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. Remember, you only have to name one. I highlighted the Civil War because we've talked about the Civil War and there are many questions about the Civil War, and that was in the 1800s. So one war fought by the United States in the 1800s is the Civil War. You can also say War of 1812, Mexican-American War, and Spanish-American War. But Civil War is pretty easy to remember. After the Civil War, there were many changes in the United States. Some of these changes were amendments to the U.S. Constitution. Remember, amendments, right here, are changes or additions to the Constitution. One amendment was the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment says all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the state wherein they reside. What that means is that the 14th Amendment gives citizenship to anyone born in the United States. Another amendment in the 1800s was the 15th Amendment. After the Civil War, the 15th Amendment gave all men, no matter race or color, the right to vote. This was only men though, not women. Number 97. What amendment gives citizenship to all persons born in the United States? The 14th Amendment. When did all men get the right to vote? And you just have to choose one. After the Civil War is very easy to remember. You can also say 15th Amendment, during Reconstruction, or 1870. Any of those answers are okay. You have to remember one. After the Civil War could be a very easy answer to remember. Remember that the 15th Amendment gave all men the right to vote, not women. During the 1800s, many women were fighting for equal rights for women. Some of these women were Susan B. Anthony, Harriet Tubman, Lucy Stone, and Sojourner Truth. Number 99. Name one leader of the women's rights movement in the 1800s. Remember, you only have to name one. You can choose Susan B. Anthony. She was in the old 100 questions, so maybe she's easy to remember. Harriet Tubman, Lucy Stone, Sojourner Truth, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and Lucretia Mott. All right, let's review. What territory did the United States buy from France in 1803? Louisiana. What group of people was taken and sold as slaves? Africans. Name the U.S. war between the North and the South. The Civil War. The Civil War had many important events. Name one. The Emancipation Proclamation. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? Freed the slaves. Abraham Lincoln is famous for many things. Name one. Freed the slaves. What U.S. war ended slavery? The Civil War. Name one war fought by the United States in the 1800s. The Civil War. What amendment gives citizenship to all persons born in the United States? The 14th Amendment. When did all men get the right to vote? After the Civil War. Name one leader of the women's rights movement in the 1800s. Susan B. Anthony. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please ask one of your teachers. Take care.